Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning into the always informative, always entertaining, the Boxing Authorities. Join me at the desk, as always, Luther Dupree Jr., Smoking Jim Frazier, and my name is Claudio Relsano. Big fight this weekend, fellas. Haney, Lomachenko. Luther, it's all yours.
I'm excited about this fight. Devin the Dream Haney finally gets his chance to get his hands on Lomachenko. He's been chasing him for years. He had a chance. He was the number one WBC mandatory. Lomo at that time took a franchise championship, but it should be a great fight. Two very skilled boxers. Devin Haney, young, only, early 20s, 25, 24 years old. Good power.
Third Avenue Gym.
Yeah.
But here against Linares, really showed me something. Great jab, comes with the right. I'm expecting a little more. He has a big size advantage over Lomachenko. I want him to be very aggressive in there. I'm excited. I think it's going to go 12 rounds, very close. Only thing I'm worried about is, the judges. Cheatham is one of the judges this year, this fight. We saw what he did in his last one. I'm worried. Lomachenko's 35, still in his prime. A lot of people say he's not, but Lomachenko is still in his prime. A lot of skills. I just think Devin Haney's going to be too long and too big for him right now. Devin Haney has to prove that he's a bigger man, get that jab popping, and Lomachenko uses a lot of angles. He tries to hit you from places you can't see. But Teofimo showed once you put your hands down, just keep your eye on him, keep him at a distance. I think Haney can win this with a jab and an overhand right.
Smoking.
Well,
So you say decision.
I say a 12-round decision.
who wins?
Haney. Very close, though. It could be a split decision. Look, nice move. He just slid the hand down.
Now, he's slick. These guys are slick. Who did he say was slick?
Janibek.
Janibek.
Yeah, Lomo's a slick fighter. Haney's a slick fighter. It's going to be hard to get clean shots on either one of them.
Well, I'm not only interested in the pre-fight, the fight and the post-fight, because I want to see who Louis Farrakhan sends Haney after this fight.
Come on, man. You go with this.
It's going
He's not with.
It's the Kill Whitey campaign. It's
Jim,
almost.
he's not Nation of Islam. Quit putting that out there,
Well,
Jim.
it's almost like when Muhammad Ali was with Herbert Muhammad. From 74 to 78, Muhammad
here
Ali
you go with
fought
your religion.
so many white fighters. Marciano only fought 2 white fighters as a champion.
Jim, what are
Larry
you
Holmes
talking-
only fought 2, Tex Cobb and Jerry Cooney. Muhammad Ali fought Whitey after Whitey after Whitey. And that's what you're going to see here. But I will say this. There was a show.
all
There
over
was
the
a
place.
show,
This man.
Starsky and Hutch.
Starsky and Hutch.
And they had a guy on there, Huggy
Huggy Bear.
Huggy Bear.
And that's what Haney
Mamas.
is. Yeah, that's what Haney is. I mean, it's the clinches. The last fight he had, 17, 18
Who has a
clinches?
clinch meter?
Huggy.
Did Vladimir Klitschko
So-
hold? Yes.
so-
Does Fury hold? Yes.
this
That's a
fight-
part of boxing.
Fury holds?
This
Fury,
fight,
Fury.
This fight is going down, as they're calling it, the checkmate.
I love that.
I love that. I tell you what, I don't think Lomo will get the decision, but I think that he'll win the fight. I think he's the better fighter. I think he's the more experienced fighter.
Oh, you know that. He's definitely more experienced.
Two outstanding fighters, but I think that Haney will get the decision. But I'm going for Lomo.
I like the name Checkmate because this is going to be a beautiful fight if you appreciate that kind of thing. They're both excellent technicians, trained well. Haney, I've said all the time, is extremely mature. When he fought Kambosos over there twice.
In Australia.
Inferior fighter.
What's that?
Kambosos is a solid fighter.
But
Undefeated
look-
champion.
He beat him at his hometown. Luther talks about what all the time? He's worried about what? The judges. I was worried about the judges over there. And Haney he didn't knock him out, but he did so well. He dominated.
I thought he
so
could have
well.
got him out in the second fight. He had him
Yeah.
hurt numerous times.
But I'm so impressed with him mentally. Now, Lomachenko, another one. Both of them intelligent fighters. Both of them, in my opinion, are very similar, except he's longer. Haney's longer, as Luther said, and he's younger. And I think it's going to be a good fight. I don't think Lomo's done by no means, but I think it's going to be a decision. I don't know if it's going to be a split decision or anything like that, but I think Haney's going to get him. I think he's going to win. I think it's going to be a beautiful fight to watch if you like that kind of thing. If you're a trainer or a boxer, I've said this about baseball. When Joe Morgan, Jim Palmer, Jim Rooker, whenever they were announcing, I had a notebook in front of me, and I kept notes.
Taking notes.
If you are a boxing trainer, if you're a boxer, an up-and-coming guy, watch this fight. Watch the footwork. Luther said angles. They're just not going to go in there and say it's going to be a beautiful fight to watch, and it's not going to be boring. It's going to be like in baseball.
Boxing at its finest.
Yes. Like in baseball, they say, like, I like pitchers' duels. Okay, it's not just slugfests, okay, home runs. I like pitchers' duels. One time, I'll never forget, I was in Jersey when Pedro Martinez was going up against Roger Clemens. Man, it was just beautiful to watch if you appreciate that kind of thing. The movement of the pitches, Luther, you're a baseball guy. It wasn't just throw it as hard as you can, because they can both throw. Off speed, change eye levels, change everything.
Does it bother you guys, that Lomo in his hometown, his classmates, his cousins, they're all getting bombed, but he's fighting? Does that bother you at all? Because I believe in my country. I mean, the most important thing is God and country.
Jim,
How come you moved to Canada then in 1972?
All that hype.
He moved to Canada in 72. You were with Big Puncher in Ontario.
You and Ali both said, no, I'm not going.
But I think it's going to be a beautiful fight. And I do think it's going to be a decision. Let me ask you this. Who is it better for boxing who wins? I ask that question a lot. Who's more of a draw? Who's the next opponent?
Nobody cares about Haney.
Lomo's not much of a draw. He hasn't sold out.
What? You don't think so?
No,
What?
No, very, very overrated. I think, boxing needs to have young blood to build more. I think best for boxing is for Haney to win. Okay. Undisputed, went to Australia. He beats Lomachenko, and then he may fight the winner of Teofimo Lopez and Josh Taylor, or, he may fight Shakur Stevenson. I think it's much better if Haney wins. Lomo's at the tail end of his
Haney
career.
will fight who?
Shakur or Teofimo Lopez, Josh Taylor winner. I think those are the next fights.
According to Farrakhan.
It's going to be Taylor. I don't know. This is kind of I think Lomachenko has a nice following.
Yes, he does.
As good as Haney is, much as I respect him, sometimes it's not the better fighter who gets the draw.
Yeah.
I think Lomachenko has a nice build. You just say his name. I think more people know Lomachenko than Haney.
Yes. Yeah, Haney's not much.
Lomo's not known like that. I mean, he's been fighting on ESPN for years.
Which I think helps.
They kept trying to say he's Sugar Ray and all that. They
Wow.
built a lot of hype with that guy.
I don't even know how Haney can go 12 rounds because he got to pray 5 times a day. So right in the middle, they're gonna hold it up.
Come on, Jim.
I mean,
Just bounded on that, boy.
Jim, that's why Muslims don't like you, Jim.
Who else doesn't like Jim?
Everybody. Muslims, Italians, black fighters. He got
Just
a
the
whole
Mexicans
list.
like him 'cause
We
they-
gotta have protection like Wilder
I'm
when we go
telling
with
you.
Jim.
Yeah, right. But now, do you agree it's going to be a stylistic fight, a good
it's
fight?
going to be, I tell you what, like you said, take notes, because anybody that loves the sweet science, it may be a boring fight for
not gonna
people
be-
that
why
don't
is it
understand.
boring?
I'm saying that people don't understand boxing. But the people that really appreciate the sweet science will love this fight. That'll be a classic.
What does Haney have to do to win, and what does Lomachenko have to do to win?
I think what Haney has to do, of course, he has to work the jab. Everything comes off the jab. Keep Lomo at a distance because he has short arms, and he has to work his way to get in.
Right.
When he comes in, catch him with those big uppercuts, he can do a lot
On
of
his way in,
damage.
very good.
Yeah.
Yep.
And push him off. Lean on him. Be like Fury. Put your weight on him. Haney was talking about Lomo being dirty, hitting off the clinch.
I'm sorry, who said that?
Haney.
Said Lomo,
He said Lomo was dirty, hitting on it, doing different things. I
They all do.
think Haney needs to be a little bully in there. Push him back. Keep on outside, because Lomo has to get inside and use his angles. For Lomachenko, he has to find a way to duck under the jab and get in there and work that body, use his angles. I think that's his only shot, with that, because he's going to have to find a way to get through that jab. The fact that he's a southpaw is going to help, but we see him switch styles. But it's cut out for Lomachenko. He has a lot of disadvantage. He's an older fighter, shorter arms, smaller guy. And he hasn't been very active the last couple years. He didn't look great in that Jermaine Ortiz fight at all.
Ward. He was a soldier there for a minute. So
Yeah, he was playing Call of Duty.
Jim, you know what Luther said, and I'm opposite. He said that Haney should be the bully. I think Haney, Haley. I don't want to talk about that guy. But I think Haney should be the boxer and be the mature guy, like against Kambosos. I thought Kambosos was going to rough him up, and Haney might fight back. Haney was mature about it. I think Lomachenko has to be the bully, and I think he has to throw the first punch. He cannot be a counterpuncher against Haney because it'll be 3-1, 3-1, three hits to
too
one.
short.
He's going to have to. He's the one that's have to be the bully. Is what I'm
Listen,
saying.
what I'm saying, use the jab, but when he comes in, you push him. You got to push him off.
I think opposite. I think when Haney hit the jab, when Loma comes in, back off and hit him some more. Make it more of a stylistic fight. Don't make it a telephone fight. Telephone pole.
Because we've seen Lomo have trouble when he's going backwards. He's great coming forward, but going backwards, the two fights we saw, Salido, Teofimo. No, we're not talking pros. We're not talking those where he was 29 fighting a 14-year-old. We're talking pros. The fights that he lost, what was he doing? He was going backwards. Salido pressured him. He couldn't figure it out. Teofimo Lopez, I don't know. He didn't throw for the first 6 rounds. But again, he was going backwards. And I think Haney has to keep him going backwards. He gets in, push him off. You're the bigger guy. Make him feel it.
One thing we know, Haney has the biggest nose and lips in boxing, so protect him at all costs. Number one, listen, where are they fighting at?
California.
They're fighting in California. You're a boxing authority.
Vegas.
Again, you didn't even know the fight was this weekend. Haney is not a draw. You don't even know where it is. California, Vegas, or
it's Vegas.
It is a good fight. It is an interesting
Jim, stop.
fight.
See, you always want to slander these guys.
Haney can't sell the fight. Yeah,
well,
he's the only one trying to sell it. Lomo's not out there at all.
But he usually doesn't have to. Lomo usually doesn't have to go out and say a whole lot. Just that name.
What is the promoter for? Who's the promoter for this fight? Bob Arum. ESPN. Are they doing a good job of getting the word out? No. I haven't seen these guys on national shows.
Whenever you have the fights on ESPN, you should have a special.
This is pay-per-view. This is ESPN
I know that,
pay-per-view.
but when ESPN had fights on, they should have promoted the hell out of this fight.
Yeah.
When you have a basketball game on, you know what they should do? Like Linda bought me some old tapes from the NFL in the 70s. You know what they would do? During the NFL game, they said, don't forget, on CBS, Donnie Lalonde against whoever, or Muhammad Ali against they would promote the fights during other cross-promotion. And they should have promoted this on. I don't know why they didn't.
Exactly. I mean, you figure there's a big basketball game on tonight.
And talk about Lomachenko Haney.
And I don't think we'll see one commercial.
You won't see one mention.
It's like they're two opposite entities, boxing,
but it
should be one.
It's your station.
It's all under one umbrella.
Yep.
But
I'm sorry,
I don't think either one are great draws.
Well, I think Loma's name.
And Bob Arum even says, the winner, Josh Taylor, Teofimo Lopez. So he thinks, Devin Haney will sign after this.
Yeah, Josh Taylor.
But do you think that Lomo is the bigger draw, number one? And what does Haney have to do to win? What does Loma have to do to win?
Well, Haney got to continue being Huggy Bear.
So make it a telephone booth
like
fight.
Luther said, he got to be dirty. Lean on him, push him, kick him, knee him, do what he can.
I think he's opposite, though, Jim. I think he's a beautiful boxer, and I think he has to keep his composure and just box Lomachenko.
No, we're saying box, but what does Lomo try to do? Get inside. When he gets inside, that's when you use the bully tactics, push him out,
illegal.
get back.
Illegal.
That's not
Does
illegal.
Haney have the ability to do that kind of a fight?
Yeah. I mean, he's the bigger guy. He's the stronger guy. He's the younger guy.
I think Haney's underestimating Lomo. And I think he may get taken to school. I don't think
Jim, you're all over the place. You just said Haney.
Well,
you just said Haney. You thought Haney was going to get the victory.
No, I said he'd get the decision. That's the difference. Yeah, I think I'm still saying he'll get the decision.
Victory,
this man
he'll
is
get
out of
taken to
control.
school.
What are you saying, Jim? What are you saying?
He said he's going to win, but he's not going to get the victory.
Who's going to win the fight, Jim?
I'm going for Lomo. But
So
I think
you're saying
Haney will
Lomo?
get the
No.
decision.
That's you got to pick. Who's going to win?
Well,
You're saying Lomo.
huh?
You're saying Lomo.
Well, Russia's going to win.
Jim, You're a sick man. He's going Lomo.
Yeah.
Boy,
Oh, you going Lomo?
Yeah,
he said
yeah, I'm
Lomo.
going Lomo.
Good.
Wait,
so
a
that'll
minute,
be.
wait. I have here. You have.
He said both.
Haney.
He said Haney decision.
I said
Lomo's
Haney
going to
will
win.
get the decision.
No, Jim,
but
no,
Lomo
no.
Wait,
will
who's
fight.
gonna get their hand raised?
I'm going
No,
for Lomo.
he said okay,
I'm
Lomo.
predicting
So he
Lomo.
said Lomo.
I'm going
Lomo.
for Lomo. I don't just
We got
go
a
for the
hostile
favorites.
witness
I
here.
don't just go for
We
the
got a
favorites.
hostile witness. He's all over the place.
But
He
I'm
said
just
Lomo.
saying
You're
that
saying
I
Lomo.
believe that the judges.
No,
go
no.
For Haney.
He's saying Lomo.
No, I'm saying Lomo.
Okay.
I'm
Well,
All right,
period.
so I
That's-
scratched it
yeah.
a couple times. Damn, I'm gonna run out of ink.
And then we come back. He's going to say, "Well, I said Haney would get this." He's playing a political role.
I think
You
We
going
voted-
You going for Steve Harvey lips?
Jim, we already voted this week, Jim.
Okay.
You can't play both sides of the fence. So
I've
you're
been
saying
Lomo.
Lomo.
I've been saying
All right, well,
Lomo.
stop. So
I'm
we
not
come
going
back
against-
next week.
Haney's
Don't say,
one of
"Well,
the
I said he
guys.
would do this."
I'm gonna have to change it whenever he fights Shakur, but I did say Haney was one of the guys
These
that was gonna
undefeated
go
guys.
undefeated.
I've never seen a boxing authority say all these dudes were going to
Who
end
did
their
I
career.
say?
You said Jerron Boutinas.
Okay.
Shakur Stevenson.
Okay.
Devin Haney.
Unless they fight each other.
That's three guys.
okay.
That's three. That's a. You don't
That's
think
what
that's a
I had
lot
that
to
much
finish?
respect for them.
Let's one of them turn into Michael Jackson and go with your tie.
What?
The color of your tie. He ain't gonna fight him.
He threw me off on that one. I think it'll be a great fight. Do you think it'll do better pay-per-view numbers than Canelo Ryder?
No. Even though the price point is a lot less, I think it'll do about the same.
I wouldn't fight under 10 million pay-per-view.
There you go.
Well, nobody would fight.
Now,
saying-
now
There's
last
7
show he
billion
said,
people.
what did he
There's
say?
7 billion people on the planet.
Jim,
You can't get 10
this is
billion.
what I'm gonna call
10
you.
million?
The last show
That's
we
a
talked
drop
about
in the bucket.
The last show you were talking about Canelo's paper. You said I don't care about
No,
pay-per-view
I don't.
numbers.
I don't.
But now you're just saying I wouldn't
I
fight,
wouldn't fight.
unless
I
it was
don't.
10 million people
I
watching.
Listen, I
Come
like
on,
to fight
Jim,
in
you're
front
all
of
over the place, man.
120,000 people, 55 filled arenas. That's what I like to fight.
this will
I don't
fill.
care about
The arena-
pay-per-view.
that
but-
Vegas arena will be
but
filled.
If I did, I wouldn't fight under 10 million pay-per-view. I wouldn't fight.
You
for
don't
under
know
10
how
million.
many people. You never
You
know how
wouldn't be
many
fighting.
people.
Huh?
No, but nobody's got that
There's
kind of.
7 billion people on the planet. You can't get.
How many-
7
One thing I'm gonna say,
million?
How many
Like
people
a-
have fought in front of that many people,
I-
Jim?
I-
How
I
many?
would-
How many?
I would be one. I would be one.
Why
I
is
would
it?
be
And
one. I fight on
again, he
ESPN.
says, "Well,
Madness.
why is it that the big dog fights in the '70s and '80s
Thank you.
did great numbers, and today when you have more
Closed
outlets to
circuit
hit,
TV. I
closed
used to go
circuit,
closed circuit.
and you know what? Remember the pay-per-views? You used to have to go to the damn
Here go the
the cable
here go
place.
the dinosaur
Come home
rubber-
and put the cable,
That's
the
right.
box in.
That's right.
I used to get pay-per-views when Vinny had pay-per-views. I used to have to go to Verizon, get the box, come home, plug it in. Now all you gotta do is press
Y'all
a
didn't
button.
have the black cat in
We were legit. We were
The
legit.
brother that climbed up the telephone
yeah.
pole.
We gotta add this to dinosaur talk. Y'all
I'm
going
just
way
telling
back.
you.
Yeah,
but they
you're
had
right.
more.
And back then it was $30, $50. Now
20
it's
some bucks.
$100.
But you had to go to the store to get the box. Now you gotta do is press a button.
Luther wasn't even born in the 70s, but he wants to tell us there was a better heavyweight division. There you
Well,
go,
I
Luther.
was-
You can't have it both ways.
I
You
was-
can't-
first of all, I was born in the
You was
70s.
on so much Similac. You remember?
Just because I wasn't 30 back in those days like you, Jim. I still
Remember the
know
time he
what's
said
going on.
he was listening to a fight on the radio?
Right.
Damn, I don't remember the last time there was a fight on the radio.
He was there when Joe Louis fought Rocky Marciano. I thought I saw you on that tape, Jim. Old dinosaur.
Our popular segment, another popular segment, the Boxing Authority News. We have a lot to talk about. Deontay Wilder. We'll start with you. He got in a little bit of a jam a few weeks ago.
Well, I didn't know if it was Deontay Wilder or Morant. I mean,
come on,
flashing guns.
He
and
wasn't
so mu-
flashing.
So much weed in the car, he was higher than a kite. You know what I mean? Listen, when you got a rap sheet like him, they don't
don't
want
have
him.
a rap
They
sheet.
don't
Stop.
want him.
Stop,
They don't
Jim.
want him in
Stop,
Saudi
Jim. It's the
first
Arabia.
time, isn't it?
When you got a rap sheet in college
doesn't-
grades like him, they don't want him in
Jim,
Saudi
I'm not
Arabia.
going- no, enough.
That's a
I'm
religious
cutting your
country.
time. No, 'cause you're
That's
putting
a
out
religious
lies.
country.
You're putting out lies.
Keep your
First
gun
time.
at home.
Listen, man. Listen.
Keep your weed at home.
Jim, please.
Who was that
It was-
basketball player that just got out of jail? A woman basketball player.
Oh,
Or
Brittany
weed.
Griner.
Woo!
Listen, we're not.
Throw him under the jail.
First of all, listen, it was a clear case of driving while black. Jim. Some of us experienced it. You, I don't know so much, Jim. But listen, he's out there. He's in his Rolls Royce. He got stopped. It happens. It was weed.
Was
weed
he going
is,
the wrong
weed
way
is
on the
legal.
intersection?
Weed is legal.
Was he going the wrong way on the intersection?
And in the words of Deontay Wilder, I'd rather be safe than sorry. I have no problem with it. He'll get it together. There's nothing here. We should be talking about his fight coming up with possibly AJ or Usyk.
There's all kinds of
There's nothing.
opponents. You're talking about Usyk, talking about AJ. They're talking
Nobody
about
wants to
Ruiz.
fight him.
He fought in October. I want to say in October.
Robert Hellenius, yes.
A one-round
I want
fight.
to talk about him in the
Luther-
ring. There's nothing to see about this. I'm upset you even put this on here, Claudia. This is disgusting.
Hey, it's the news. I don't
It's
make
not
the news.
news.
I
It's
report
not
it.
news.
I'm a journalist.
It's not
like
news.
smoking Jim Frazier.
It's not
I
news.
didn't light it up
we
for
don't
him.
even need to put this on here.
I didn't light it up for him. Jim, now let me ask
Not a
you
big
this.
deal.
After a one-round blowout, you were in shape. You blew the guy out. There's something called momentum in sports, right? You don't know when you're going to lose it in sport, and boxing especially.
Power
Now,
never goes.
He should have fought, in my opinion, December, January against somebody. Jim always says fight. Should he have fought somebody?
No, because
It's going to be a year.
it's not going to be a year.
This is May. He ain't going to fight again. And he maybe July or August.
Well, it took him a long time to take that first fight.
Yeah.
So
Didn't take him that while. Listen, man, what you guys understand, he's an older fighter. He has 2 more years left. He's looking
But
for
one
big,
round, Lou.
major fights.
One round.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't
you hear
matter.
that?
He's trying to get Usyk. He said it himself. He said he has 2 years left. He's trying to get an Usyk fight or an AJ fight. Or, he's looking for those big money fights. He's still at the top of his game. One of those fights will be announced probably around September, August,
and they won't
September.
fight again until December.
And
So it'll be over a year, one round.
running
no,
out of
he's
town.
gonna
Running
fight
out
in
of
September.
town.
He's not running out of
Is
time.
the goal?
Power's
is
not.
The goal,
If you all would have saw the George Foreman movie, you all would know Power's the last thing to go.
Is the goal to win a world championship?
He
If it
wants
is-
Usyk.
If it is,
Usyk
he should
is
fight
trying to fight-
Bridgerweight. He should fight
No,
Bridgerweight
no.
because
Listen,
the
Usyk
way
is-
he's moving,
He's
the
not-
way he's moving, he
he's
ain't
not-
gonna get
You don't know how he's moving.
championship heavyweight fight.
Jim, we know you don't like Wilder, so you should really not even say anything in this topic. He's trying to get the Usyk fight. Why Usyk is still talking about Dubois when he just came off a torn ACL? There's no way his knee is going to be ready. He needs to get step-aside money and fight Wilder.
And there is a, what do they call it, purse bid for Usyk and Dubois.
There's
So
no
that
money in
means-
that fight. There's no money in that fight. And
Is it a safe fight for Usyk, though?
I don't even know if Dubois could walk right.
Okay.
Coming off that
Yeah,
ACL.
no, I'm with you. But maybe it's a safe fight for Usyk before he fights a Wilder.
Rod Woodson played in the Super Bowl the same year. Same season he got an ACL.
He
man.
just got it in December. It takes at least 6 months to heal, then you have to rehab.
You know
He's
what,
not
Jim?
going to be ready.
The promoters have a lot to do. I mean, they want money too. If Gary Bettman was Wilder's
there you
promoter,
go, man.
I'm telling you, he'd have fought a hell of a long time ago. But okay, your boy who you liked from the beginning, Arslan Makmudov, 16-0, 15 knockouts, will fight another big boy, 6'8", 15-0, 14 knockouts, Rafael Akpilio-Jorio, I don't know what the hell, on the Jared Anderson July 1st card in Toledo. Does this mean that if, and that guy isn't bad, apparently, he's not too bad, he can hit, I guess, but if Makmudov wins, okay, does that mean that the next fight would be Jared Anderson? They're same card, same date, Luth?
Not necessarily.
We have some video?
Yeah, I think, here's Arslan. Big,
Got some
big
quicker
puncher.
hands than you give.
Not that quick. But he's
that's-
very powerful. Very powerful.
Give him an
guy.
elbow smash. You see that?
But small hit, doesn't keep move his head off the line. He's there to be hit.
That's a quick
Look at
jab,
that.
Jim. He's
Yeah,
not
but who's he
slow-handed.
fighting? Yeah, but
He's quicker than Joyce.
Ooh, that's a nasty one. Caught him coming in, man. I mean, he looks good, but look, I don't see much D. I don't see much head movement. A lot of power, and he doesn't look like he has one punch KO power against these guys.
Damn.
But I mean, he definitely has potential. I don't think they would have put him in it with a big baby just yet. And the guy he's fighting, I've
that
never
Big
seen
Baby
him.
there?
Please, stop. You see what I'm saying? He throws hard. not a lot of great speed. You know,
You don't think he's got good hand speed?
No, average at best.
Well, I'm not saying he's Muhammad,
average.
but he's better than average.
Yeah, it's average heavyweight speed. I mean, it's not flashing. He does have good power, it looks like, but he's not fighting anybody. And the guy he's fighting, Rafael, I've just seen some highlights. You know, he looks very
slow.
He looks
Now
very
that's
slow.
slow.
Yeah, but Arslan Makmudov doesn't look much faster. But he's
Oh,
going
I think he
he's going
does
to take
lose.
this guy out pretty easily. This guy, another guy, no head movement.
He just
very
walks in on
stiff,
you, yeah.
and he
Right.
throws his punches, telegraphs it
Right.
from a mile away. So it'll be another knockout for Makmudov.
Look at this.
This guy's fighting in a little ballroom here. I don't know who this guy is. He's fighting Hillbilly Jack. This guy shouldn't be in the ring, but very good body shots, but very slow. I got Makmudov in I think 4 rounds in this one. But it'll be, some action while it lasts.
Jim, your thoughts on the fight? And that's your boy. You liked him from what? When he was like 10 fights.
I'm scared to death.
Really?
Of who?
Of
this fight?
Of this fight. First of all,
What?
this guy's an athlete. He's 32 years old, but he played
He's
college.
old and slow.
He played college ball at the University of Miami.
That is
He
important.
played
I'm
in
with
the
you.
NFL for the Miami Dolphins.
He did?
He fought in the Olympics for Nigeria. Yeah, Nigeria.
What'd he win?
Plastic. Now he pulled out of the fight. He pulled out of the fight in last December. So I don't know if it's this African is afraid of Tarzan. But
Come
he's
on, Jim.
he's 6'8". He's 6'8", and his biggest problem is
Speed.
Now he got speed, but his
What's
biggest
speed?
problem.
Well, he doesn't have
Speed
the speed.
weird.
Biggest problem is he fights like he's 6'1". He comes down
a good point.
to your level. He got one of the best.
What do you mean, my
right-hand-
level?
I mean, I'm just saying my fault. But he got one of
Now
the
he's
best.
doing short jokes.
He got one of the best right hands I ever seen. This guy.
That was one of the best right hands you ever seen?
He's had 8 first-round KOs and 5 second-round
But
KOs.
who's he
Nobody's
fighting?
ever went over 2 rounds with him. He's fighting
This
professional
guy's a-
fighters. He's knocking them out. But I tell you what, this guy can hit. He's an athlete. I'm
And
very
he's food
afraid
for
of this fight.
Makmudov.
I tell you what, Big Baby should stay away from both of these guys.
Big Baby destroys both of these
Anybody
guys.
that's not interested in this heavyweight division.
Interested.
Interested,
We said
man,
that.
this is a
Heavyweight
very
division is always interesting.
No,
except
not
for the,
always.
Except for the
Not
Klitschko era.
not
That
when
was the
Muhammad
worst
Ali
ever.
was fighting
That's
white,
true.
The
white,
Klitschko
white,
era was the only time it wasn't
Ali
interesting.
was fighting white.
Come on, Jim.
Rocky
Some
Marciano
weird
in the
stuff.
50s couldn't find a white guy to fight.
I think Makmudov wins this fight
Easy.
within 4. I'm with you
Easy.
there. I do think, though, that because they're on. What did you say last show about? Oh my God, I'm losing my mind
world
again.
be
Whenever you said, I'm losing. I know. Whenever you said that they're fighting on the same
On the
zone.
same court. Oh, okay.
Who was that? Berlanga.
Berlanga.
See,
Yeah,
I
Berlanga.
got it. It just takes me a while. Berlanga,
But
Canelo.
this is Makmudov's first fight on an ESPN
Right,
card. So
but same date, same card. Big Baby said, I want to fight Makmudov next.
Did he?
Yeah, he
He
did
said
say.
that. Oh, I
he,
didn't hear
I
that.
don't know if he said next. He said he does want to fight him. So he didn't say next.
He
My
got the
apologies.
name right?
He said that big guy over there. But
he
I
speaks
think
better
it's-
than you, Jim.
I think
He
it's
can
a
teach
good
you
fight
some
for
lessons.
Big Baby. I don't think it's a good fight for Makmudov.
Yeah.
If Makmudov wins, he skyrockets. But I think it's a nice fight for Jared Anderson, who I think if he tries to brawl with him, because sometimes the only thing I have against Big Baby Anderson
Southpaw
is
style.
the southpaw style. Don't
He's
do
playing.
that.
But
Don't do
listen,
that.
I don't think he'll do it against these guys that
Okay.
have some skills. The Makmudovs, the
What do I
Floyds,
always
the
say about
Wilders.
Haney?
You
What's
like
the-
him being a mama's boy? You like
Oh,
that?
Jim, you know
I was.
You never
I'm
even met
just
his
saying.
mama.
Luther, what's the first thing I always say about Haney? Maturity.
Maturity,
Okay.
yeah.
I'm not saying Big Baby's immature, but in the ring, I wouldn't play. You don't play boxing, you don't fool around because that big boy can hit
And
you.
he got a
I
chin.
think
He's
if
shown he has a chin. He's taking
But-
some major shots.
Yeah,
But he didn't
true.
have to.
right.
Major?
Oh, he took some shots against Forrest,
Forrest
and that,
and,
that other
this
guy.
other
But
guy
I'm
was coming
saying
over.
I'd be very interested. I said the word interested against Anderson and Makmudov.
Makmudov. That would
But
be a
I
great
think
fight.
if I were Anderson, it'd be a very nice fight. If I were Big Baby Anderson, and I would not put it on pay-per-view, I put it on ESPN. I would not try to
agree.
slug with
I
that boy.
agree.
I outbox him and show your skills.
Well, Anderson
Big Baby's
through the-
clearly has the hand speed against Makmudov.
Well,
and he's moving his head a
Big
lot more.
Baby's at the level now that he can continue to cherry pick his way. He don't have to fight
Makmudov would
somebody
not-
that can challenge him like this. He can continue to cherry pick.
Wait a
his
minute,
way
I'm going to ask you
to a
something.
big money
You and
fight.
I always, and he criticizes us, we don't call it cherry picking.
You all marinate fights.
Well, he calls it marinating.
You all
We say
marinate
the
fights.
right time. We say move him properly.
Who's the mama's boy fighting this fight? That's a cherry pick. We
forgot.
can, yeah, that's right. That's why nobody can remember
Okay.
because it's a major
Listen,
cherry pick. When you got Big
it's a
Baby
hometown
Miller out
fight,
there,
so it's
when
a
you got Big
hometown
Baby
fight.
Miller out
When
there,
when
yeah. Baby's
Evander,
so
when
far
Evander
out
won
on
the
the
belt,
list.
He didn't
his
cherry-
next
he didn't
oh wait a
cherry pick
minute,
nobody.
his next fight was in Atlanta against a tough Burt Cooper, and Burt Cooper shook him.
Yeah.
Okay, but
Yeah.
usually when a guy,
Yeah.
when Boom Boom
Yeah,
went
good
back
point.
to Ohio, he
You're
fought
supposed to
a
get a guy
Royal.
that you're supposed to get a
But
guy
for
that
the most
look
part,
at
Evander
Canelo.
always fight tough
No doubt,
fighters.
no doubt.
Canelo went to Mexico and fought a C-level John
Right,
Ryder.
right.
You take
It
these
was
guys.
mandatory. He had to fight or lose his belt.
man, no,
But
it wouldn't have
Benavidez
stripped
was
him.
mandatory.
Would they have stripped him?
No.
If they had fought us, would they have stripped him?
No.
What I'm saying is, Big Baby, we say moving the fighter right. We say it all the time. He says marinate. Okay, he's fighting this guy, and I forgot his name. He's going to blow him out of the water. Then Makmudov,
Toledo.
let's say Makmudov blows him out of the water. Jim Gray or whoever is going to be the announcer after the Anderson fight, they're going to say, Jared, Makmudov, who's a climbing heavyweight as you are, just blew out this guy. Would you like to fight him? Who would you like to fight next? Big Baby's going to say, I want to fight that guy
Now,
next.
you guys know I love this Russian, but I would not look past this.
No, you don't
athlete.
look past
this
anybody.
Guy, this guy, I'm
What
telling
about
you,
football,
I'm
trap
telling
game,
you,
trap
I'm telling
game?
you,
So-
this fight may replace
Zhang.
the Hagler
Oh,
Hearns fight for 3
Jim,
rounds. Because
stop.
I tell you what, they're going to be throwing for
How
3 rounds.
many fights have you seen Raphael fight?
I've seen
Fool.
all his fights.
He went to
I seen
all
him
his
fight
fights,
all his
Luther.
fights. I seen him.
Jim
Most
went
of
to
them
the
weren't even
fights.
televised,
Listen,
Jim.
he got-
He
Stop.
went to that
As
little
an-
restaurant that they fought.
He was 14-0 as an amateur and fought in Tokyo. In the
14
Olympics.
amateur fights. Whoa.
After he played
That's-
pro basketball and pro football.
He's what is he,
Not-
Jim
and not only-
Thorpe?
Now you're
He's
asking
Jim
pro
Thorpe,
basketball.
and he
was
played pro baseball.
too.
Hey,
Before
he was
said
a hockey
Miami
player.
Dolphins.
He was
Who
a
did he
hockey
play for? The
player.
Lakers, Jim?
He played for the
just-
Lakers. He played for
Next-
the Canadians.
Next
he
thing you
played
know,
for the
he
Yankees.
played for the Pirates too. Come on,
man.
Jim. You just adding accolades.
He's the greatest
The JMZ.
athlete. He's better than Dave Winfield. He's better than Jim
He's
Thorpe.
6'8". He jumps a 40-inch vertical.
But
He's a
this is a
4'2".
guy.
Come on, Jim.
This is a guy. I listen to a lot.
4
of,
rounds or less.
I listen to a lot of Nigerian radio stations.
Radio
and, and they tell me.
Now I know
and,
that's-
and
you
they
made
tell me
that up.
this guy, even though he lives here in this country, he fights for. He's a proud Nigerian,
That's
and he's
great.
fighting
How'd
for
he
the
do?
people.
How'd he
over
do in
there.
the Olympics, Jim?
He got beat,
Exactly.
Well, he wasn't that proud then.
He got beat badly.
but he ain't.
He got beat
You listen to my
badly.
Italian American. What is it called? Italian Impact Weekly. See, I got a quick promo. Listen to Italian Impact Weekly from everybody around the world. Go to ItalianImpactWeekly.com. Great show.
You know who I would like to see him fight? next?
Who?
It Cosimano.
Who?
Our
Who?
guy
Who
was-
you
Giuseppe
talking about?
Cusimano.
Yeah, I would
Who?
like to see.
Makmudov.
No, this African.
Raphael.
To see him.
Well, Cusimano, we're going to get him on. He's fighting
Kaunaki, Adam
That's going to be a
Kaunaki.
nice
Ooh.
fight.
I'm about 40 deep now in guys that can win the heavyweight championship.
Oh, Jim. Well, you know why? Yeah.
You just
I
put
believe
anybody
it.
on the list.
No.
You got this Raphael on there, huh?
No, because
It's
if
not
there's
that
40
great.
deep
It-
that can
it-
win,
it's not that
if
great.
there's 40
Top
deep
20.
that can
That
win,
means there's
that
not that
means
many elite fighters.
exactly.
Huh?
That means that's not many
We
elite
talking about
fighters in
all
that
over the
list.
world.
Not many elite fighters, like I
Cassius Clay
said.
never fought anybody
Jim,
from China.
we're not gonna go
communist
through all
country.
this, Jim.
Never fought anybody from Russia, communist country.
Cuba.
Never fought anybody from Cuba. These guys are on this list now.
Yeah, but they're not world
Jim,
beaters.
stop.
All right. But Arslanbek, if he hits you, is he one of those guys that you always say can beat anybody or lose anybody?
Yeah.
We need to see him against better
I
competition.
need, yeah.
He's been fighting.
know,
He's been
I know he's
for
fought-
his experience.
Who's the guy he fought? Talkham. He's been fighting some names.
Just
I'm
as
not
good
saying.
as Big Baby.
No.
Neither
Give it-
one
You
of
mean
them fought
skill
top.
wise, he's better than Big Baby?
No, I'm saying opponent wise.
They're both fighting the same
That's
level.
what I'm saying. Both of them fought pretty good opponents, and
But we-
Big Baby's fought more cherry picks.
But we know
this
Big
one,
Big
like
Baby's
you can't
been
name this cherry
Big
pick.
Baby's been in camp with the Tyson Furies. He's been in camp
And
with
Goosen.
better guys.
Yeah, but now there you go
Cusimano's.
making. You
That's
don't know where this Russian been.
Well, I know where Jared Big Baby's been, and I've seen the
but
skill
now,
level.
Now
We'll
he's
see.
bringing his next opponent in a wheelbarrow. They bringing him in.
Like Canelo, he following Canelo's lead.
We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, more of the Boxing Authority news. So come on back to the Boxing Authority's wheelbarrow. Welcome back to the Boxing Authorities. We continue with the Boxing Authority news. Ryan Garcia fires Dan Goosen. Your thoughts on that?
Not surprised when I heard Dan Goosen say that Ryan Garcia kind of does his own thing, and then it reports that he wasn't coming in but 2 or 3 times a week. I kind of
wasn't
figured
coming in 2 times?
Ryan Garcia. Okay. The reports that he wasn't training right with Goosen. I didn't see it happening. I don't think Ryan Garcia is very interested in being at the top of his game. He likes the limelight. Right. He likes the Instagram, and that's kind of what Goosen said. He's more interested in the social media aspects and all that. So I'm not surprised.
Old school.
Right. And I don't know if Eddie Reynoso is going to take him back, because he left him. Yeah. So we'll see. Where is he going to go now?
Bullet.
Bullet. Maybe he'll train on his own. That's what
You
he
know
was
the
doing
problem,
anyway.
Luther? He's going to get somebody who's a yes man. You can't do that.
Well, it kind of sounds like Goosen was a yes man.
But Goosen wanted him in the gym more.
But he didn't come, and he still took that check.
Oh, he's going to take the check. He's going to take the check.
So now he may even get more of a yes man.
Look at the old trainers that we talk about all the time: the Dundees, the Futches,
Eddie Futch.
Rooney, guys
Emmanuel
like that.
Stewart.
Atlas, Emmanuel Stewart. They were not yet. Now, Emmanuel, let's talk about him. I know you're crazy about. He was not a demonstrative guy. He wasn't emotional. But you did what he said to do. If he said you were gone. Yeah. He didn't give a damn.
And he had his style, and you fought his style.
Period. Angelo Dundee. Yes, he loved Muhammad. Muhammad loved him. Sugar Ray, yeah. But you didn't have to tell those guys too much because they were professionals in the ring and out. But do you think that Garcia made a wrong decision by getting rid of Goosen? And do you think he's going to get a good trainer who's going to say, okay, here's what we have, let's go to it, or be a yes man?
Well, again, Emmanuel Stewart and Dan Goosen ruined more fighters than they ever had.
Oh, stop, Jim. You're not going to slander these legends.
Who they ruined?
Caveman Lee.
Who?
Caveman.
Some guys don't have it, Jim. Some guys reach their limit and peak out.
Some guys that needed a trainer. And Dan Goosen ruined a whole lot of fighters. Listen, first of all, Garcia got a yellow streak down the middle of his back. So
you just were calling him Sugar Ray.
You
called him Sugar Ray.
People under the bus, not you.
Jim, soon as they lose, Jim just those.
You know, when you're Jimmy
Young,
Jimmy Young beat George Foreman. He beat George Foreman. Stop saying
that. And he knows it because he saw it at the movies.
Yeah, but I think Ryan Garcia, no matter who he gets,
is going to run the show.
He lacks the courage to be a world champion.
You finally woke up.
He got a lot of talent. He can make a lot of money, and he can beat a lot of guys.
But he ain't going to make too much more if he keeps doing this. Who's going to be interested in him?
Well,
he got a great following. That's
Luther,
true.
if you lose, they'll get rid of you quick in a hurry.
He just lost, and he got a title fight coming up with Rolly.
He can win the title.
There's certain guys that need a belt.
Everybody's coming up to 140, and he can talk it. He can talk for years. I want this guy.
But if he gets pounded after a while, people will forget about it.
He won't fight.
It's just like a quarterback in the NFL. Who's the most popular person in the NFL?
Backup quarterback.
Mm-hmm. All right. Okay. Looks like Fury Ruiz is off. They're blaming Ruiz.
Once again, Tyson Fury destroying the momentum of heavyweight.
When was his last fight? We talk about Wilder. When was his last fight?
He hasn't fought since Derek Chisora.
Which was?
Sometime, October or something. It was another terrible fight. And then he fought Dillian White before that. Once again, somebody's ready to fight Fury. Oh, they want too much money. Come on, it can't always be about it. He's so bad for heavyweight. The momentum was there, and now he's not fighting. He wouldn't unify with Usyk.
People forget about you.
He won't fight. He won't fight. Jim, okay. According to Jim.
I'm just saying, you're just saying.
He got a big page. He didn't get $40 million for Chisora.
No, for Dillian White.
Okay, but his last fight was to Derek Chisora.
He got 40
Yes. For Dillian White, yes.
Yeah, Dillian White.
But Derek Chisora was his last fight. Yes,
okay,
Jim. You don't even know what. Come on,
You know
Jim.
who I'm talking.
You said his last fight.
You got the flow.
But now they're talking, Jim, that he's going to fight your boy, Zhilei Zhang.
That's not going to happen.
In China.
That's not going to happen
think so?
because Joe Joyce activated his rematch.
But if they give him step-aside money.
Well, we know
There
Wilder
ain't that
ain't
much.
fighting Zhang. Hey, listen,
Zhang is a tough guy, man. You know, he's tough.
told you.
I
tried
think
to
he's
tell
getting a
you.
little too much hype.
Ooh.
Great shot.
Is that
I mean, it's-
Herkovich? Oh,
No.
that's somebody else he's knocking down.
No, that's
Why don't you
not
show
Herkovich.
Herkovich when he knocked him
Herkovich,
down?
he lost to Herkovich.
Yeah,
We're
he
showing
knocked
it.
him
We're
down.
showing.
Oh,
Ooh, look at that straight.
wow.
Joe Joyce remembers
Was that
You
nice?
see the
Quick?
eyes?
That was good, yeah.
You see
That was
the eyes?
nice.
But you got to take this big guy in the later rounds, and then he tires out badly. That's how Herkovich
Well,
destroyed
let me ask
him.
you this.
And he's not fighting at Herkovich. He's got to get
He's
back in
another
Let
there.
me
guy.
ask you
I
guys
remember he had,
both
he had a family loss.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't start with him.
He's still grieving.
Let me ask you guys both this.
What?
If you're Joe Joyce, wouldn't you try to get out of that contract? Why would you try to go back and fight this killer?
Get a step aside.
Yeah, take the step aside.
Joe Joyce is 37 years old. He
better
doesn't-
make his move.
He got to, this was as close as he was going to get to a championship
So he went the
fight.
other eye socket?
Maybe he learned to move his head a little bit, not just going to be a punching
Yeah,
bag.
So you don't
move
think
it,
he's going to
like
fight? So
move
who do you
it.
think Fury's going to fight next?
I think he's waiting for Usyk and Wilder to fight and fight the winner.
Well, that ain't going to happen.
But how about if Zhang, who has a lot of it, he's big dog in China. How about if they fight over there for
I'd like to see it.
zillions?
I'd like to see it, and I think
Two big men,
and I give
and
Zhang
Zhang's
a
got-
chance.
Zhang is getting some momentum.
I give Zhang a chance. You know, you guys think Fury's the greatest thing ever. I beg to differ.
All right.
Well, Wilder's next fight is with the motor vehicle division. But hey, listen,
Jim, that thing is
we
thrown
got-
out, man.
Oh,
There's no legs
it's like,
with that,
It's like
Jim.
the Ruiz fight was thrown out by Wilder.
Ruiz won't fight anybody either. These guys are
He's
sitting
another one.
around.
Yeah.
But Zhang's a fighting man.
Yeah, but he's gotta fight
China
somebody.
would be big. He'll fight somebody because he's just gonna fight.
He's too
just
old.
gonna
These
fight.
dudes are too old to keep waiting.
And if Joe Joyce
Oh.
activated the
These-
clause, he'll
they're
fight.
not
These guys are
25,
too old. The
26.
Joe Joyces, the
You
Zangs,
can
the
lose it,
Wilders,
that's right.
even the Usyks and Furies and AJs, they're getting older.
You know who
Fight
ain't
and get
too
out the
old?
sport.
Richard Torres.
He's another one.
Big
I love
Baby.
him.
I think
But where? But I don't understand
They're
these
moving
guys.
him
I
right.
think he's
They're
on the
moving
card
right.
either this weekend or Big Baby's card.
Is he?
He's
Okay.
on one of these
Okay,
cards.
but
Fight
see?
another Uber driver.
Terrific. Beat him. And what is this? May. Fight again in August.
Well, I
Fight
see
again.
Big Baby's keeping his name out.
Big
his mouth.
Baby's fighting. You
But
guys.
he ain't calling out Torres.
He's
He
not
been
on that
running
level.
from me.
Because
he
Torres-
been running
No,
from
but
me from
Torres-
amateur
Nigel
days.
Collins didn't know
He
who he
been running
was.
from
Torres is
since
fighting two
amateur
rounders.
days.
Nobody knows
Big
Torres.
Baby's
Once
been
Richard
scared
Torres
of him.
starts
since-
fighting two-round
you know they
fights, then
fight.
he can move up.
You know
Stop.
they fight at the same era in amateurs, and Big Baby was running from.
Oh, who's the bigger name?
His mama wouldn't let him fight.
Stop. Come on, Jim. Man, you talking crazy.
Who's the bigger name?
Huh?
Who's the bigger
Torres.
name? Oh,
Torres.
Jim.
Torres.
That guy Nigel Collins is a boxing writer. He didn't know who the hell Torres was.
Well, that's his problem.
Luther, I know what you're going to say. Who's the bigger name?
Of course, Big Baby's headlining the card.
And what's Big Baby
Tor-
doing right now?
He's
Fighting.
fighting. And Torres, he's still an opening act right now, fighting
How many
two-round
Olympics?
fights.
How many
Stop.
Olympics did Big Baby fight?
Doesn't
He didn't
matter.
go Olympics round.
So you're saying Torres?
How many
is
gold
known
medals?
around the
How
world?
many does
Torres
Torres
is
have?
known
How many
around
gold
the
medals?
matter.
How many gold medals does he
Hey,
have? None.
If you
They
fly
have the same amount of
if
gold
you fly
medals.
to Rome
Jim,
tomorrow,
you're wrong.
would they
You're
know
wrong,
Big
Jim.
Baby, but they
You're
know
wrong.
Torres? They love boxing in
Jim-
Italy, don't they?
Yes, they do.
So they
Jim,
would know. They
Jim,
would know Torres.
listen, just
Not
like I
Big
told,
Baby.
just like I told you were wrong about Ryan Garcia, you're going to be wrong about Richard Torres.
Oh,
He's
not
fighting
even-
nobody
Here's
right now.
the United States, and here's the rest of the world.
But nobody-
all of that
and,
know.
and you're wrong in every part of the world.
They know.
You're wrong.
They know Big
and
Baby
they all
more
know you're wrong.
in Toledo.
And they all wonder how you're a boxing authority with these crazy takes.
All right. Well, we'll get to the mailbag another time. But anyway, we hope you enjoy our show as much as we enjoy bringing it to you. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Boxing Authorities in Toledo.